Rip City, Portland, Oregon, the site for the Jazz. Well, if you want to watch an exceptional 3-and-D big man, keep an eye on Jaren Jackson Jr. as they get primed for game time at Moda Center. Jazz, Blazers on 2K Sports. Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. So here are the Jazz starting five. They've got Yusuf Nurkic, Keontae George out there with Bailey. Then it's Jaren Jackson, and it's Markkanen in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, Sharp at the 2 with Avdia playing the 3. Inside, we'll see Kamara and Klingon, and it's Morant in at the 1. Well, on the court tonight, Grant, a lot of talent, but also some inexperience.
Well, B.A., these teams are young. Yes, they are. But here's a chance for them both to get a little more seasoning and continue to develop their respective games.
Now here's Avdia. Back to Morant. Shoots over George. And it's Morant missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Markkanen. There's the 3. And Klingon pulls it down. And here's Portland. Left side Morant. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And it's Utah with the ball. Pass to Bailey. Back to George. Jackson with a screen on Morant. Jackson, pass to Nurkic. Utah moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. George outside. Takes the 3. Portland grabs the miss. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Now here's Sharp. He's closely guarded. Pass to Klingon. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And a high-effort play from Klingon, using his power to overcome the interior defense.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chauncey Billups. He's focused on Jaren Jackson Jr. tonight, always a big problem for opponents. Coach told me Triple J does the 2 things we all want, hit threes and block shots. He's won a Defensive Player of the Year, so we're talking about one of the toughest guys to game plan for because he's really good at both ends. BA, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Markkanen against Avdia. Jackson outside. Pass to George. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
And regardless, it's great effort. You love to see that kind of hustle on defense.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe settling a score with his coach?
That was a complete lapse in judgment.
Now here's Morant. Crafty move. And the layup is up and in.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low. Working around the contact and getting it to go.
Just an electrifying style on the court for Ja Morant. And Grant, he's not shy when it comes to confrontation.
Oh yeah, no, he's not ducking any smoke. But part of his maturation is choosing his battles, including trying to preserve his body from those fearless forays to the rim.
Now here's Klingon. Pass to Sharp. Oh, and he brings it down with a 2-handed jam.
Yeah, not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
Back to George. Nurkic a screen on Morant. Here's Bailey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George for 3. Bailey's shot is off. Trailblazers lead by 3. Pass to Sharp. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And one thing's for sure, Tim. Shaden Sharp, one of the most electrifying athletes in the NBA.
Yeah, B.A., he is a highlight reel every single night with plenty of runway left in front of him. I am curious to see what he'll look like when he's a finished product.
He's off on the first. And he's good on the second. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, plenty of anticipation in Portland for this summer when the WNBA will return to the Rose City. The Fire will reclaim the name from Portland's initial two-year WNBA run from 2000 to 02. And this summer, with the momentum around the league, the hope is that flame will endure.
A new beginning. All right, Shams, thanks for the report.
Yeah, be careful. Clinging kid bring down the house.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
They set the pick. George passes to Markkanen. And another miss by Utah.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Oh, George with a steal. Nurkic high post. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Here's Morant. Utah with the rebound.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Here's Bailey. Sharp grabs the miss. Trailblazers lead by 4. Here's Avdia. Outside Sharp. Back to Kamara. Outside for Morant. Clock at 4. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
Back to George. And here's Bailey for 3. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for Portland. 3-point lead. Pass to Klingon. And he lobs it up to the rim. And stolen by Markkanen. George outside. Back to Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Utah moving the ball around. George in the post, defended by Avdia. Just 5 to shoot. George passes to Markkanen. Oh, stolen by Morant. Now the Blazers on the move. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Trailblazers.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
And you can't overlook what they've done in the paint as well. A huge part of their success in this one.
And he drops the first and legs the impact of Toumani Camara. A big reason the Blazers have been ahead of schedule.
Yeah, Brian, he is a classic example of a guy who doesn't need the ball to make a big impact on your team. He does all of the little things that help you win.
A coach's dream, making a name for himself now.
Leaves a lot of skin on the floor.
Jazz trail by 5. Markkanen outside. Jackson surveying the D. The 3 is up. Portland with a rebound. Klingen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball.
Yeah, he was surprised by that. I don't think he knew the pass was for him.
And some changes here for Portland. Williams is checked in for Klingen. Holiday comes in for Sharp. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Kamara. Utah is shooting just 25% from the field in the first quarter. Pass to Markkanen. From behind the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. To the paint. Here's Morant. Williams. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Big time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make. George passes to Jackson. Here's Collier. Oh, deflected. Now George. A deep 3. Avdia pulls it in. Here are the Blazers with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Pass to Holiday. Fires for 3. The rebound by Jackson. Jazz trail by 7. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Markkanen misses.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
Now here's Jackson. No made baskets yet. Pass to Collier. This one for 3. Unable to get that one. Trailblazers lead by 10. And here's Lillard. Fires the 3. Offensive board. Williams.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Here for Portland. Carlson comes in for Avdia, and it's Scoot Henderson in for Ja Morant. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Nurkic. Williams comes in for Jackson. Sensabaugh is checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And Okogie is subbed in for George. Jazz trail by 12. Here's Okogie. Pass to Collier to stop the drought. And he lays it in.
Well, that's what you're trying to do offensively. Get a shot close to the rim.
And so Henderson will bring it up for the Trailblazers. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. All defensive guard Drew Holiday talked about guarding some of the younger players coming into the league, and he said the game has changed significantly. They morphed with it. They're quick, athletic, and they all play the game a lot differently than when I came into the league. BA, back to you.
A new day. Allie, thank you. And it's Utah with the ball. Portland making their last shot. It's good.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Portland leading by 10. Lillard outside. Williams with the screen. And Williams punches it home.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
We always talk about getting high percentage shots, and they are teaching a master class in that right now.
Pass to Okogie. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit. Okogie's got 5.
Now, finding a teammate when you're in mid-shot like that is really difficult, but he made it look easy.
Lillard outside, fires the 3, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
They're firing on all cylinders, executing the game plan coming in.
Here's Sensabaugh. No points so far. Here's Okogie. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far. Trailblazers lead by 10. Lillard deciding where to go with it. Three-pointer, no good. The Jazz shooting only 35% so far in this quarter. Pass to Collier. Over Lillard. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 6. Count it. Give him 8 points now.
It doesn't matter where he is on the floor. Lillard is a walking bucket.
Pass to Collier. They set the pick. Here's Okogie, defended by Henderson. Here's Collier. Takes a three. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Trailblazers out in front, up by 12. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Boy, the Trailblazers have been rolling along, haven't they?
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
They needed a jolt from that second unit, and that's exactly what they got.
So the Utah 5 right now. Lauri Markkanen out there with Jackson Hayes. Then there's Collier, then it's Filipowski, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 2.
Lillard gets so much lift on his three-pointers, it's almost effortless how he shoots.
Pass to Hayes. Here's Sensabaugh. Markkanen outside. Launches it. Doesn't go for him.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
Back to Avdia. Off the mark there with a 3. Jazz trail by 15. Pass to Sensabaugh. Puts up a 3. And another miss by Utah. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Avdia from outside. Yes. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time finding his teammate for the great look.
Hayes with a screen. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Holiday. Markkanen with a screen on Lillard. And Markkanen with the stuff.
With his inside-outside game, Markkanen is tough to defend in the pick and roll.
Here's Lillard. Avdia outside. Oh, he tries a 3. Another miss. He's 0 for 2 now. Jazz trail by 16. Pass to Collier. Markkanen outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Collier. Puts up a deep 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Holiday passes to Lillard. Williams with the screen. It's Lillard with the drive. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Yeah, it's not easy to try to knock Lillard off his equilibrium. So talented at scoring on the drive.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
It's that time. We need you to make some noise for your Trailblazers team.
Henderson, he's checked in from Portland.
Number 00, Scoot Henderson.
And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to Collier. Driving in. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. Utah shooting their first free throw this game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Morant's checked in. George, he's checked in for Utah.
At the line for one.
And Legs is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis, they stand out to me as well.
First team all-defense, Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against.
Pass to Markkanen. That three's off the mark. Trailblazers lead by 15. Holiday with the ball. Yet to see a basket. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Here's Collier. He's got 5. Clock at 6. Markkanen with a screen on Lillard. Here's Collier. Utah with another miss. For Portland, they've gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Lillard left side. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Shoots over Morant. Sensabaugh, no good. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game. And it's Morant missing. Morant's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Utah shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Shooting for Utah. Collier. At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Henderson, he's checked in for Holiday. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Utah. Jackson comes in for Sensabaugh. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Portland leading by 18. Right side Morant. It's Avdia on the wing. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
I mean, if I was out there, I'd probably test anyone but Jackson Jr.
For the Trailblazers, Clingan, he's checked in for Williams. Kamara comes in for Henderson. And it's Sharp in for Damian Lillard. And a switch here also for Utah. Bailey's checked in. Here's Sharp. Knocks down the 18-footer. Sharp's got 5 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Well, one thing's certain about Donovan Clingan. He is going to be a defensive menace for years to come, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., he is a 7'2" monster, and he casts a long shadow in the paint. For his size, he has the agility to hold up better than most centers further out.
And even if he doesn't have the wider frame some guys do, Bailey's not going to let contact keep him from finishing.
Here's Sharp. Rebound, Utah. To the middle. And Markkanen with the stuff.
And this is inexcusable. The defense must force Markkanen further away from the rim.
Pass to Clingan. And here's Sharp. There's a screen by Kamara to the inside. And he he jams it home with authority.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Now here's George. Down low. And there's Bailey. That one's good. On the assist from Nurkic. Nurkic has got 3 assists now in this one. Trailblazers lead by 16. Now here's Sharp. He's got 5. Inside. It's stolen by Nurkic. Jackson, right side. Utah moving the ball around. George finds Markkanen. Now Nurkic, guarded by Klingon. 5 to shoot. Fade away. Sharp grabs the miss.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Pass to Avdia. Outside Kamara. Back to Avdia. Now here's Morant. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. Here's George. Uses the glass on the layup. George has got 5 now.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close-range look.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. All right, Tim, back in 1996, you led the league in three-point percentage. You shot 52% on 3 attempts per game. Talk about the hot hand.
Well, B.A., it shows you how much the game has changed. I had the green light, but it was a different shade of green. I still only took 3 per game. Now you have multiple guys every night that will take 3 in the first quarter.
That green light's now neon green for many.
No doubt.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland. And a switch here also for Utah. Sensabaugh's checked in. Lillard passes to Morant. Out to Lillard. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Bailey. Jazz trail by 14. George feels it out a bit. Here's Sensabaugh. Guarded by Sharp. Nurkic shot is good. Nurkic has gotten his second bucket.
So capable of overwhelming you. Nurkic is terrific at maintaining his focus and balance on these tough finishes.
Now here's Lillard. 15 points in the game.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Here's Nurkic. And here's Bailey for 3. Portland with a rebound. Sharp's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Morant. Sharp finds Morant. Outside Kamara. Outside Sharp. Here's Lillard. And it's Portland with another.
And this is exactly why you've got to be up on Lillard, or he'll burn you off the catch.
Pass to Bailey. Nurkic, a screen on Morant. Bailey, the pass to Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
Now here's George. 5 points in the game. Pass to Sensabaugh. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it to George. Over Lillard. George, no good. And it's Morant with the ball for the Trailblazers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. For 3, here's Lillard. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
When you're facing a guy as massive as Klingon, you really have to be smart about boxing him out. I mean, he is so good on the offensive boards to be so young.
Here's Bailey. He has 7. Drilled from 11 feet out. Bailey's got 9.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
George against Lillard. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
First, Klingon screens the defender out of the play and then capitalizes.
George passes to Jackson. Nurkic to screen on Moran. Pass to Nurkic. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for Utah, Yusuf Nurkic at the line for 2.
That free throw misses. He hits the second from the line. We've got 33 seconds left in the second. Outside Moran. Klingon with a screen. And it's Morant missing.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Jackson gets the bucket.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
The shot no good. That'll do it for the first half. Portland ahead. They lead by 14. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Damian Lillard.
I'll tell you what, he's still working on his playmaking skills, but he's been tremendous so far in finding the open man.
Well, this team has trusted him with this level of responsibility, and it's easy to see why.
Jazz trail by 14. Inside, we'll see Kamara and Klingon. Sharp at the 2 with Avdia playing the 3. And it's Morant in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Portland's shooting about 56% in this one. Avdia finds Sharp. Pass to Kamara to the right side. 5 on the clock. And here's Morant outside. George with a steal. Over Morant. George, no good.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Portland on D. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Marketed from long range. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Moran. Avdia against Markkanen. Outside Sharp. Shoots over Bailey. Rebounded by Nurkic.
That's great shot selection, just poor execution. If you're going to take those mid-range shots, you've got to knock them down.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
Points have been hard to come by in this one. Every made basket is huge.
Here's Morant after the basket by Utah. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Now George. 5 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Jackson can't get it to go. Trailblazers lead by 12. Here's Sharp. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Keontae George.
And Sharp has no off switch. He's consistent at attacking defenses and drawing whistles.
He's made one and missed one so far at the line. And the first one at the line is good. And Legs, one thing we're seeing more of these days, head coaches who weren't necessarily high-profile guys coming in.
Well, I do think when you walk into a locker room having played before, there is a level of credibility that's automatically there. But in the age of analytics, it's probably less important that a head coach be a former NBA player.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Every team in the league is looking for a long, athletic wing defender, and the Portland Trailblazers have been especially keen on stockpiling them. As they look to acquire their future franchise players, they want a ready-made roster full of versatile 3-and-D role players to surround them. Back to you guys.
A good strategy. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Bailey. Jackson outside. Launches a 3, connects from downtown. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
And you know, his team wants Jackson Jr. to keep taking these threes, knowing it'll help open up this offense even more.
Pass to Sharp. And here's Morant. George defending. Just 5 on the clock. Poke loose. George with a steal. Here's Bailey. Guarded by Sharp. Nurkic. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on Klingon.
And look at Nurkic using his physique on offense, taking his shot and drawing a good foul.
And this will be his second trip to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on the second, so he makes them both. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Outside Sharp. Pass to Klingon. Outside Morant. Let's go with a 3. The three-pointer is down, Ja Morant.
Opting for the quick shot there. Morant trying to outpace the defense.
Here's Bailey. George, a screen on Sharp. Back to George. 4-3. And another miss by Utah. Trailblazers lead by 10. Pass to Morant. Avdia outside. Over Markkanen. Avdia can't get it to go. Utah has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. And the dunk by Jackson.
And you have to admire the size and strength of Jackson Jr. Just fantastic work establishing himself inside and slamming it down.
Now here's Morant. He's got 7. Now Sharp. There's a screen by Kamara. There's the triple. Sharp, no good. Jazz trail by 8. Well, Larry Markkinen comes from a family full of athletes, Graham.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Laurie's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family.
And here are the Trailblazers now, following the bucket by Utah. Morant against George. And that one's good. Morant's got 9.
Just electric. Ja Morant. I mean, someone you pay to see.
To the left side wing. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Portland leading by 8. Pass to Klingon. Portland moving it around. Here's Morant. In the paint, Morant puts it in.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Knocked away. It's Avdia on the wing. Three-pointer. Sinks it from distance. Avdia's got his second basket of the game.
Dynamic. I mean, every night Morant makes incredible plays, and that extends as well to his passing.
Bailey, the pass to Markkinen. George outside. 5 on the clock. Boy, it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. 7 points in the game. Portland leading by 11. Sharp with it. Nurkic picks him up. Outside Sharp. Avdia left side. Here's Bailey. He's got 13. Nurkic is screen on Sharp. And here's Bailey for 3. It's hauled in by Ja Morant. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. George outside. Here's Bailey. Pass to Jackson. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one's on to Monty Kamara.
And the growth of Jackson Jr. is downright scary, especially defensively. This guy has been upping his game, and no opponent is happy about that.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jackson. And some changes here for Portland. Robert Williams checked in for Klingon. Drew Holiday comes in for Sharp. And Lillard subbed in for Kamara. Then for Utah, Filipowski comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Collier in for Bailey. Both good from the line that time.
And having a big man like him who's efficient from the line used to be a luxury, but it's becoming more and more common.
Williams on the wing. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Rebound, Utah. George has got 5 rebounds in the game. Jackson on the wing. Back to George. Oh, stolen by Morant. Now the Blazers on the move. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Portland again missing. Jazz trail by 9. It's George with the drive. Jackson outside. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
And guys, I'd keep it simple. Keep running plays for Triple J. He's been awesome tonight.
Williams with the screen to win the cold spell. Ooh, Lillard takes the hit and scores.
Well, this team relies on his scoring, and no shocker, he's done his part.
Markkinen outside. Pass to Filipowski. He's off on that one. Some solid defense from Williams. For 3, Collier. Portland with a rebound. Williams has got 9 rebounds now. Lillard outside. Outside Morant. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one. George against Holiday. Jackson outside. 6 to shoot. Back to George. The 3-ball. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That's the kind of activity you love to see from Markkanen. Just a great sequence.
And here's Lillard. He's got 22. Williams with the screen. Lets it go. Off the outside. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Abdia. And some changes here for Portland. Carlson, he's checked in for Abdia. And it's Scoot Henderson in for Morant. Then for Utah, Hayes is checked in for Jaren Jackson Jr. Sensabaugh comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And Mikhailuk subbed in for George. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Change here. Konchar's checked in. There's a minute 12 left in the third quarter. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Collier. He's got 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Collier's got 8.
And that is a high-quality shot. You will take it every time from that close.
Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. Just 5 to shoot. And there's a 3-second violation.
Substitution number 2, Blake Henson.
Jazz trail by 7. 34 seconds left in the third. Pass to Sensabaugh. And here's Hayes. Now here's Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. No points yet. To 3, Collier. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Holiday passes to Lillard. Three-pointer. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Portland leading by 7. Taking a look at the Jazz. Jackson Hayes is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Collier. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 guard. Now here's Holiday. The rebound by Markkanen.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. And he drives in. And he's headed to the line for two. He gets the whistle there. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
Another thing they've done really well in this game is their focus on the three-point shot. They're doing a great job of spreading the floor and then hitting those perimeter shots.
That one's off. And he sinks the second. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Trailblazers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Pass to Avdia. From the arc. That's good. From Holiday on the assist by Avdia.
Well, he is a huge talent, and he's been hitting shots, but so have his teammates. It's been a collective effort.
Here's Markkanen. They set the screen. Markkanen with the tough finish.
Being Markkanen is 7 feet tall, he's absolutely an inside threat. I just love watching him capitalize from this area.
Lillard finds Holiday. Williams with the screen. The shot by Holiday, no good. Jazz trail by 7. Pass to Hayes. Here's Collier. Filipowski in the high post. Here's Collier. Markkanen sets a screen. And that's good. Collier for 3.
And the defense is looking almost lost on the perimeter. That opens up a quality three-point shot, and he delivers.
Well, that is a big bucket. A very important possession.
The 3, here's Lillard. Down low. Off the outside. Lillard right side. The three-pointer off the mark. To the paint. Here's Markkanen. Nice touch inside there from Markkanen.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
Lillard right side. Shoots over Collier. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. For Utah, they've gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Sensabaugh. And he hits it to tie the game.
Yeah, there was a lack of intensity in the first half, but these teams have now turned it up.
Well, the margin for error is getting smaller, so the stakes on each possession are getting bigger.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Making a switch here. Morant's checked in. And a switch here also for Utah. George, he's checked in for Hayes. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups address the team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops. Give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Morant. Lillard outside. They still need this. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
Yeah, keeps on shooting, keeps on missing. Maybe time to go in a different direction.
Pass to George. Now here's Markkanen. Defended by Avdia. Markkanen looking it over. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Lillard. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Trailblazers have got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Here's Collier. Markkanen outside to take the lead. And Morant clears the board. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. Jacks up a 3. Utah grabs the miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. It's George on the wing. Over Morant. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
As this game tightens up, it's even more important to take care of the basketball.
Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Sensabaugh. Portland has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Here's Morant. Avdia passes to Holiday. Lillard outside. Nice move. Lillard hustling down the lane.
The defense gets cut to shreds by Lillard on the drive. He's just so quick and agile.
Here's Collier. Pass to Jackson. Here's George. Back to Jackson. George outside. The Jazz again can't hit. Portland leading by 4. Here's Lillard. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
The Jazz have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Here for Portland. Klingin, he's checked in for Williams. Kamara comes in for Lillard. And it's Sharp in for Holiday. Then for Utah, Nurkic is checked in for Filipowski. And Bailey subbed in for Collier. And it's Utah with the ball. They trail by 6. George against Morant. George passes to Bailey. Back to George. Clock at 6. Now here's Markkanen to win the drought. And here's Bailey for 3. Utah with another miss. George against Morant. It's Avdia on the wing. Outside Sharp. Klingin with a screen. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
Jaren Jackson Jr. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Portland. Klingon. One foul.
Yet known for his size and defense, Klingon has the potential to be a very effective two-way player in this league.
Now here's George. Nurkic passes to Bailey. Here's Markkanen. Utah moving the ball around. George for three. Drops in the three.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Outside Sharp. Morant looking around. Back to Sharp. Klingon with a screen. To the inside. And he goes in for the dunk.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. 8-point game. Pass to Markkanen. For three. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball.
Utah ball.
Pass to Bailey. George outside. The three.
And I just love it when Sharp is committed on defense. He knows how to make things difficult for opposing players.
It's George on the wing, pounded by Morant. And here's Jackson. Here's Bailey. Lets it go from deep. Portland with a rebound. Klingon's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. Steps back and shoots. Rebounded by Bailey.
And he can't let that get to him. He should have made it, but he's got to focus on the next one.
Markkanen finds George. Now here's Markkanen. Nurkic a screen on Morant. 4 on the clock. Goes up on the wing. George's shot is off. And it's the Trailblazers ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Outside Morant. Now Avdia. Outside Morant. Here's Sharp. Shoots a three. Rebounded by Jackson. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. And he's a crafty scorer for a young player. George is always going to find the gaps in the defense.
Here's Klingon. After the basket by Utah. Here's Avdia. Let's loose for three. Oh, no good.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Now Nurkic. Rejected by Klingon.
Okay, young fella. Look, I'll tell you this. Do not test Donovan Klingon. They just learned that the hard way.
Yes, sir!
Nice offense here. Close in. Great bet to go.
Jazz trail by 8. Now Markkanen. The 9-foot shot. Ooh, the balance from Markkanen.
Some real toughness from Markkanen. Powers through the contact, then has the focus and touch to finish.
Oh, can't hit the jumper. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. Nurkic. Ooh, using 2 hands to power it down.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Morant driving to the basket. Ooh, a matching slam. Back and forth they go.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Jackson outside. Markkanen. Oh, the long ball, no good.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the three.
Rebounded by Jackson. The Jazz shooting around 42% as we continue play in the fourth quarter.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Lowry walking up. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And Morant gets double teamed. Tips it up. Utah with the ball. They trail by 6. For 3. Sharp there for the rebound.
And I don't think that's the shot they wanted him to take right now. He's not exactly on fire.
Personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Trailblazers, John Morant, 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's an 8-point ball game. And Utah calls time here. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. All right, guys, what's your take?
Trying to extend this one, but it seems futile.
I can't wait to see what they draw off here and who they decide to go to.
It inside. Klingen's there. Jackson outside. Oh, missed on the tray. Outside Morant. And so Portland takes the win. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Dame, you routinely make shots that most players would not even attempt. What enables you to have that kind of confidence?
Sometimes in the summer, I work on the craziest things. You know, you never know what type of situation you're going to be in. You got to be prepared for it, you know, so I've worked on my fair share of crazy shots, crazy passes, and, you know, you don't make a high percentage of them, but I made one tonight.
Practice makes perfect. Thanks so much, Dame.
All right, thanks, Allie. And that about wraps it up. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And now, time for our player of the game, Damian Lillard.